program and commit that day as a family day. So it's called a family day for the whole of New Methodists worldwide. That Tuesday is not supposed to be having any other program. Committed to your family, dedicated to your family, spend time with your family. And not only that, when I look at the whole year program, I try as much to find time in between for our family to have quality time with our children and also with our grandchildren. So regardless how busy you may be or how committed your work can be, maybe in the community level, government level, or in the secular world, commercial, whichever avenues that you are being committed to, please search deep down within your heart and find the time that you can commit to your family and really have that family quality time, that your attention is solely just for your family. So for the 2 weeks that we've just passed, I will speak for my grandchildren. They have rugby training nearly every day in school. And so on top of that, I still make them do their duties in the morning. I allow them to sleep a little bit later because normally at home they're up by 5:30. So during school holidays, sometimes when I come into the office at about 7, I leave them. And sometimes I need to call and remind them to wake up. So that's on the first week, 8 to 9 o'clock, I allow them. Well, on to the second week, then it's back to normal. I managed to take them across, and I must thank Tai and Tiare in helping me to do that. We had a good trip with my grandchildren and also their mother, Rosie, and Junior and Carlos. We had a good time in Auckland. I just took them across to spend time together. We did things together. We played bowling together, played games together. So it was not Auntie Rai, it was not a person from the church, it was not anybody else. It was just plain Nema. And I really enjoyed those moments that I spent with them because we did everything that we can do together. We watched movies, we played bowling, and we did all these time zone games, get our tickets, pick all these things that we can pick. And they went to Rainbow's End, and they can do all this kind of thing that they did. So it was just a good time. And even when they were playing, I just basically sit there with nothing going, nothing doing, and just being part of their lives. And I really treasured those moments. And those are the moments that I always go out of my way to try and meet, because those are the moments that I captured in my heart, and I will always remember that. And I believe that my grandchildren will always remember those moments as well. And as we return back to Fiji, and I was telling them, the moments that we've spent together, try and capture it and store it somewhere, because the days will come that you will sit like Nana today and you will reminisce all the things that you used to enjoy. Just like me, when I speak of my parents, I speak of the things that we do together. I share my lifestyle growing up. You will have those moments of your life that you have to retell your stories, not only to your children, but to your grandchildren, of the experiences you had growing up. So those are the legacy that you can leave behind for your children. And I know it doesn't have to be a trip abroad. Like what Gasiliv said, beautiful islands we have here in Fiji. Like even when I try to do that, sometimes we can be here in Suva, living in Lovella, but we'll go and look for a place, or go out to the beach, or go to the islands, or go to Plantation Island, or visit one of these things, beautiful places here in Fiji that you can save up. Go back to the savings. When you save up and put money aside, come towards the end of the year, or during their break, you can use that saving, apart from your saving to invest, you can use some of those savings to treat your family and give them a treat. I've just had my birthday on the 4th of May. So people, and I would like to thank you if you're listening in today, was sending me birthday gifts and birthday coffee, money. All those money, I put them together. And all those little finances that came my way, and I must thank the church for their gift as well, helped me to invest on my family and spend that quality time with my family. And I would like to say thank you to all of you. Well, that is on the family time, family bonding, and also your quality time, not only with your children and your grandchildren, also with your spouse. As a couple, most of the time as we come here for this family table talk, after this we always look for a coffee place, and it's just like a time for us alone. And our children will be calling, our grandchildren will be calling, Nana, Pa, because they know the program is finished. Where are you two? And I said, leave us alone. We're having our date. So we can go from coffee place to another coffee place. And we'll reach home at about midday or 1 o'clock. And that's our normal. So we look for time in between to spend some quality time together. Because if not, you can still have quality time at home. It's like either somebody's tagging on your skirt, no, because I'm talking to him, and I have this, inquisitive little, the youngest granddaughter of mine, Katie.
She wants to control everybody.
She's like a little boss baby. She wants to get the attention of everybody. So I can be busy talking to him, or even if I'm explaining to any other of my grandchildren, and she will just come in between and say, no. And, trying to get my attention. And when I look at her and I say, hey, you want something? And then she'll be thinking, because she didn't want to tell me. She just wanted to come in this and the thing, and I'm talking to somebody else other than her. So what we try to do, we walk away from all that and have our privacy somewhere. So it can be, it doesn't have to be expensive.
Yeah.
We can be sitting up there in Patricia here in Flagstaff and just have a latte. A latte is about, $6? And we just sit there, just have latte, not eating anything at all. It's just a moment. It's not what you eat. It's not what you have. It's not the money that you have. It's the time and the moments. It's very important.
I believe those are the most beautiful thing that can happen to relationship. Just by sitting together and then you laugh together and you talk. There's no couple that is perfect.
Yes.
But when you continue to spend time together, you treasure those little moments.
Yeah.
Especially for us that we are busy. Don't use your busyness
to be the excuse,
not to take time. For us, even driving together in the car, just going from one place to another place, even shopping together, just shopping together. I'll be pushing a trolley and...
and it's amazing. Sometimes we'll be doing our shopping and then we'll have a good laugh. We'll be laughing, and then I'll turn to him and I say, man, one time, one of us will be gone. I mean, to think. Solo quando quiero na volleyball team quiero vela sarto quando in render vai che mi dona kelasa o na bukin ko nge kabe ko ay nandun na it's either you on your own here doing your shopping or me myself doing my shopping. I know it's like why bring it now when you're having a good life and having a good time, but it's those moments, like those moments that you will always remember that one day
it's only when you ask people that they've gone through the experience.
Then you will know.
They will look forward. They will say, man, it's if only. That's most of the, especially for men. Most of the time, bata pa ni sa nung doon nasa, ano ka, biro man daw tarong kaya karo nilis yung amay nangon. Like they don't have any words to explain how much they miss their wife. That companionship, the relationship, the talking.
We had the two ladies here that I brought them to speak of their lost husbands. And it's just amazing. It was like a teary session for us. And I know Anna Ray can remember that day he was actually here. Nearly everybody in this room was just, so teary. The fact that when you lose them, Auntie Toriko was sharing that, the moment, because the husband was a little bit sickly. And she said she has those moments of standing on the side and watching her husband and never want to accept the fact that he was going. And the moment when she is washing the dishes and the husband will just come because they knew the days were coming closer. He knew he was very sick. She also knew that he was very sick, but she didn't want to accept the fact that he was going. And she can be washing the dishes and he will come and hug her. And I don't want to even really think of that, like knowing that you're going and looking at the people that you love, that you are going to lose,
That is your best friend, that is your soulmate, and you know that one day you'll miss them. So that's why it's very important to spend time together, the time that you even talk. Even in this trip I hear, the Taltal, any spare moment, even if the network is on, I'll be hearing them talking and enjoying what they are enjoying, but at the same time they're missing their, and those moments of utilizing or never,
Maximizing, yeah?
just to maximize
the
time
you
that
have
you're together. Because nobody can rewind the time. Because the time moves on.
Yeah, because sometimes you get carried away with the friends, the social life, and things around you, and the community, the work that you belong to, and you give less time and less emphasis on your relationship. And when that thing happens, and you look back, and you're always thinking, if only that time can come back. Because what that means, I can change a few things that I've done to make it happen the way it's supposed to be. Yeah?
And for those people that they have that experience, they can't do anything now.
To bring their lives
the only thing they can do is to share their experience to other people, and that they still have their spouse, companion with them. Not only here in overseas, even in the island, few men that I met, they are always with us. Betul rin dito lalang amay lat sumatanga kito numdo na sa so then that lonely time they come and spend time and they try to commit to no wala na bulay sininto na po sa pamadal taki mo nakakumista ka.
I think that's the best relationship that God has given to every couple, the best moments of their life. But that value that used to be there before, from our fathers' generations then to our generation, I would say, on how you value that relationship. And now, that's spaced out a bit. It's easy for you to change your partners, and you can have 2 or 3 partners. Like the value that it had before, it's no longer there.
Yeah, because it was taken very seriously at that time. But now, when the social demand is here now, people are exposed more than now. They tend to focus so much on social, how they look outside, than the beauty and the uniqueness of being together. I also see that in the village, that most of the time this, the community living, community living, the togetherness, the walking together as a husband and wife. You hardly see that in villages. You'll see the woman together, you'll see the man sitting together. And maybe the only time that they have together is when they are in their house. But when you come out in the village, most of the time, you'll see men together sitting or yarning away under a dilo tree or wutu tree. And you see the woman together, they are doing their samu-samu. So it's like a separation of duties and because of community living.
Yes. Well, that's on family life. So try and rekindle your relationship. It's not always perfect, and that's what makes it more exciting. You have your days of silent treatment. You have your days of flying saucers. You have your days of yelling on the phone. Those are the beauty of a relationship, because it makes your relationship what it's supposed to be.
And it's supposed to be like that.
Yeah. And I think the special part about it, because you can be yourself with your spouse. Like, I mean, you know things of my life that nobody else knows, And for me, I feel confident, or I feel free to
say anything,
to show you my worst side, or to do anything, or say anything, or be anybody to you. And you're the only person I can do that to, apart from my children. But that's how special. That's how special it is. Like we know each other's weaknesses, we know each other's strengths, and this, I believe that's why when one goes, the loneliness, because you can't find anybody that you can be yourself to. I mean, you people can understand what we are talking about today. Clearly, we if anybody to pick on, it will be our spouse. Kala, bali weekend na maramado was makayaw. La. Klaro na lang ito matagayin. Oh, go. O siya ko. Sa weekend na korang
Kaya dal na pusi siya, dal na kuli, kaya dal na neba. Tiningawe na spouse. And we should understand it, and that is the beauty. The frustration you air
You
it
take it out
on one another.
yeah, and then that's what you miss when somebody goes.
Yeah,
because you can, and then you
because the
bottle up
and-
with all these things.
the up and downs are the beauty.
Yeah.
Imagine if things are all flat.
Boring, eh? I think it's boring.
Imagine if everything
It's
is all
good.
flat.
Yeah.
It's good. Like for me, coming from this trip, imagine if the weather was good.
Yeah.
It will be boring.
Yeah.
But when it's up and down, it's exciting.
Yes.
No?
Yeah, well, that's the tip. You need some little storms to stir up your marriage life. Well, not too big of a storm, like to really break it up, but little ones, like to spice it up. So marriage life is very good, and marriage life you need to work on. Like what I said, I've just turned 57, and he's turning 61. Huh?
61.
Turning 61 in May
week.
28th. Yeah, we will be in New Zealand then, so there will be another celebration of life. And as we age, we are saying what we are saying. You know, we value
Because
the moments.
all those years will never come back.
Yes.
All those years will never come back. And while you still young, while you still have the energy, we have to do the best of what we can deliver. Not only in our duty and the calling that we have, but also in our love and our
Family,
relationship, our family, our children, our grandchildren. Because the time will come.
Yes.
The time will come, you know, people will lead you when you walk. People will. I remember, I think it was in Naikalianga. One of my cousin, he was calling, okay, kami makumbuna chiko. Total may usabi alo ko'y vale. Ko'y may siko bikito, doon namin chiko. Magikan, total may usabi alo ko'y vale. Ya mo chito ko tungay gori, makumbuna. Mo chito ko tungay gori. Saya ngo binakatawi ko may liuchi ko mo gay.
Memory ko.
Yeah. Ko'y 77. Yeah. 77. Sa tombal nga. And most of the time, yung kayo doyan nga, sala ko may napalisok, may baltangan ni, we are cousins. When you go to the village like that, no?
They want to come.
They want to come and may wrong with talanoa.
Yeah.
And when I was hearing him, giwata to mo sa tiko may godi. Kumakumbuna. Ito mucho to kutungin gori kung kailang amay. Siya nga winakatumula ko may. Klana to war. And the beauty of that relationship. Yeah. And I was listening. I was under the loto nga. Time will come. While we can walk alone, while we are still strong.
Yeah.
But now he needs assistance, not only walking stick, but depend on the grandchildren. And those beauty that we still have now. So we must enjoy it.
Yeah, you know, we've always spoken a lot about, having those thoughts until early hours of the morning. We can have coffee changing all the time and talk. And sometimes one of my daughter will turn in, she'll come in and she'll say, because we can be sitting either in the lounge or in the kitchen or, anywhere. And she will come and she'll say, can I ask you a question? I said, what is it? What do you two talk about? I said, why? It's like 2 o'clock in the morning.
Everyone is still talking.
What do you talk about? And I said, okay, we talk about anything and everything. And, they begin to ask us, how can we have so much to talk about until the early hours of the morning? And even at times, the whole family with my children, and we'll sit in the lounge, straight out the devotion,
singing,
having our dinner, getting in the guitar, we'll talk about each and everything. We'll have our laughs, we'll have our singing. And amazingly, I think 2 times that I've recorded, then we realized one of my grandson was getting ready for school. That is 6 o'clock in the morning. And, like when you love your family and you have so many things to talk about in minutes, the time just flies. So if you're running away from your family, looking for other things to provide, that closure or for you to enjoy, then you need to work on your family. You need, some of us, we run away from our family. And the weekend, dala ko tayo may bali. Dala ko ke da navangara ulung bali, dala ko social life case and dona songa da kaya. It's an excuse for you to come away from home. But I believe if you're doing that, please stand still and just relook at the way your family is and try and find some time with them. And that is why during COVID, a lot of people struggle. They struggle because the system and everything else is telling you to stay home. It's shut down for you to stay home. no other thing. And people really struggle. And the abuse, domestic abuse, really have an increase of domestic abuse because you don't know what to do with each other. You've never had those moments together. You don't know how to react when you're together. Other than spending all those few hours, now it becomes like the whole day and the whole night. And it increases a lot of domestic abuse, a lot of things happen at home. And it shows that the bonding is like family.
They're not used to it.
Yeah.
So when they are put together in a confined place, they can't stand for one another. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they really react, eh?
Yeah.
And those are the things, like what I said, when we used to talk, we talk about everything. We talk about, nearly everything. The days we met, we reminisce. And we talk about the good times. We talk about the bad
challenges.
We talk about the irritating times. We talk about everything time. So, and that is why we can talk and talk and talk and talk and laugh. And sometimes we irritate with each other. Yeah, we really don't like it when you say that. So, like those moments. And I believe those are the very powerful moments, because when they pass on, or when one of you die,
you remember those.
I mean, you want to tell him, remember those days we used to have. How can you tell him, and how can you tell her when they're no longer there? And for those of you that are not staying together, because you are in another country, we have a lot of people going for the NAC in Australia, the seasonal workers for New Zealand. And sometimes you don't go together. You are divided from your families. Don't allow the distance to be, to define your relationship or to define your family. Find time. We have Facebook. I'm not in Facebook, but if you want to, you can go in there. You have Viber. There's a lot of free communication that you can find on your phone, that you can still have your chat. Even for devotion, you can still come on live in one of those Viber or Zoom. Or join them virtual and talk to all your children and talk to your wife or talk to your husband. So regardless of the distance, you can still live normal, minus the physical presence, but you still can have your talks. You can still have your moments of laughter, your moments of screaming, and all those things that you can still live normal. And don't allow the distance to be the demarcation, the dividing moments for your family. So we want to continue to round up with that. Your family time, your family moments, your family bonding. And like for me yesterday, I kept on telling my workmates in the office, and said, I hate myself today. Because come on Thursday, I email our boss and I say, I won't be coming in on Friday because we have a conference to attend for my TV next week in New Zealand for the whole week. And I said, okay, I'll be out for the whole week. So I booked yesterday to be the day, because it's my grandchildren's last day of school holidays as well, just to be home, to spend that time with them and check on the other things that they need to get ready for school. And Thursday afternoon or Thursday night, when I left from here, the office, I sent the message to say, okay, Friday I will not be coming to work, but I will be accessible on all calls. I just need this day to sort my life. And that's it. But I started my day very early. And then you receive, calls and messages that brings me back to the office, which I did. So when I came, I left everything in the car, knowing I will just pop in for an hour or two. Well, that didn't happen. That popping in an hour or two made me leave the office at about 5 o'clock yesterday afternoon. So when we are having our devotion, I said, oh man, I hate it today. I always don't like it when I set myself a target to spend time with my family and I don't achieve it. And that is why if I'm running late from the office and our devotion is 7 o'clock in the evenings, and if I'm running late, I'll call them and say, please hold up, just wait for me, I'm a few minutes out, I'm 5 out, just to give me time to reach home. Or if they haven't started, please wait until I reach home. And if they have started and I got so busy and I didn't call, and by the time I reach home and they've had it already, it's like, that feeling. I don't like that feeling. But that's how I value my family, and I value those family time. And for me, those little moments, and I was telling my grandchildren, these are the moments that are so precious to me, because my life has always been with somebody all the time. It's either I'm at work, I'm in the church, or I'm here doing this program. And you're always surrounded by people that are not your family. And those moments that I really have scheduled for us, we have our devotions and their school holidays, those are precious moments for me. And even on Sundays, after the service in the morning, when there is nothing else happening in the afternoon, only he will come down to the carrier stand. with the remaining members of the family. I will make sure that we sit together and have our lunch. And I will take that afternoon off to myself just to sit there, watch the program from afar, and reset my life before Monday comes up again in the horizon. So there are little things that you can do with your life, no matter how busy it is. Try and enjoy that element of your living and that element of your life. And also to the Lao team, that has just arrived back from Lao. For the families, immediate families, we are having a Wakamamada dinner this afternoon. We will be hosting the families. Thank you to all the ladies, the wives of all the senior pastors that have traveled to the Lao group. We will be having a little dinner just to welcome them back home together with your children. So please be on time because we only have limited time on the place that is booked for the dinner tonight. And also for this Sunday, that's going to be at the Southern Cross. And also for this Sunday at the Carrier Stand, we are launching the
I'm looking forward
celebration.
To that. 1 week.
Yeah, 1 week. First is to welcome the team coming back from the Lao group. And also to launch the Holy Spirit Week. And I believe for all Pentecostal churches, it is called the Pentecostal Week. And we're looking forward to it. But for New Methodist Christian Fellowship, it is the Holy Spirit Week. We are celebrating the Holy Spirit. Just today we will be doing the
11 o'clock.
A virtual program every 7 to 8 on the Facebook of the teaching. And the 11 to 12 on my TV only. We will be inviting you to join us. We have invited some of the church leaders from different churches, different denominations from the Methodist Church, the Anglican, and all the other churches that will be sharing on the Holy Spirit on the upcoming week on my TV live at 11 to 12. So it's going to be a week to look forward to. And for fellow Christians, no other best friend that you can ever ask for than the Holy Spirit.
Holy Spirit.
Yeah. So that is on the spiritual element of our program today. And if you have nothing going, join us at the Carrier Stand at 3 o'clock
tomorrow
afternoon. You will not regret.
The team Lao in the middle of the ocean, they're doing their making practice.
There you see.
When we passed Moala towards Ngau, and the ship was going left to right. They were doing their practice for about 2 hours.
Join us at the Carrier Stand. Come and experience and watch the item display that was practiced on the Motunyalo in the middle of the ocean, the Never Nevers. So be with us and join us for that service, and also for the, I think we have the God of Foundation normal at 10:30 tomorrow morning. And if you have no church to go to, tune in to my TV from as early as 5 o'clock in the morning. You will be met with amazing stories and program from different denominations as they share their program with us. I believe we have Reverend Corey from the Methodist Church in Fiji. We have Sister Lela teaching to the children. I always put full on, have all my grandchildren as they have their breakfast sitting around to listen in to Teacher Lela from the Assemblies of God program that is from 7 to 8. Then we have the Power in the Word, and straight after that we have the TBN program that comes in every now and then. And we have the Assemblies of God as well, the church outreach, Christian outreach. Reverend that you usually take part with us.
Reverend Buira, Orisi Buira, Triple C.
Yes, and then we also have the Susamacha. We have our fellow Hindustani pastors. And also, I believe the Assemblies of God Hindustani and also English, they're having their big conference out there, the Assemblies of God in Kinoya. So for all fellow Indians, if you're listening today, you want to attend, and if you have nothing going, I think it started on Thursday and ending on Sunday. They will be having a big evangelical program at 4 o'clock in the afternoon on the Assemblies of God in Kinoya. There's a lot of programs going, and I believe it's good to look it up and celebrate it for that moment, for the Holy Spirit Week. So we are looking forward. Now we come towards the end of our program, and we must thank you for taking the time to join us. And thank you for logging in from afar, outside Fiji. And thank you for spending the time, spending the moment, and also believing in the little things that we bring your way to share to benefit your family. Vinaka.
A family is an epitome of God's love towards mankind. God designed us to live in families, and the Bible reveals that family relationships are important to Him.
But as a believer, do you feel that you are still struggling?
Maybe you're still struggling with your relationship,
Struggling with your finances?
struggling at work,
With your social life?
or with your spiritual